Introduction of the lesson: British policies and impacts. There were three elements of Britain as a country when it started colonizing other nations. They were the British East India Company, the Christian missionaries, the British Parliament. Actually, Britain had a constitutional monarchy with an elected parliament since the 13th century. The British East India Company was a trading company to earn maximum profits from its colonies. The objective of the Christian missionaries was to convert the other religion following people to Christianity. In India, the East India Company was established with a strong objective of earning large profits and monetary gain. The company men used corrupt trade practices, exploitation, and theft. Large sum of gold and cash kind were shipped to England. As a result, large wealth of India taken to the England, and Indians were the sufferers. India was an agricultural country as villages were self-sufficient units. The farmers owned the land, cultivated, and paid a part of the produce to the king as revenue. When the British came, the old system of agriculture was destroyed, and farmers were asked to cultivate only those crops which used to benefit the British. The land revenue was very high, no concessions were made when the crops failed, so the farmers could not pay the revenue in the case their lands were confiscated or taken away by the British. The money or revenue collected from the Indians were used by the British to run the British administration and to use as a fund for wars so that it will capture more territories or colonies. The British government gave more attention towards the collection of revenue as a good sum of profit, and the sufferers were the farmers, artisans, craftsmen, and common people in India. The English used three revenue collection systems in terms of tax collection: the Mahalwari system, the royalty system, and the permanent settlement system. The Mahalwari system: in this system, land belonged to villagers as a group responsible for paying tax to the government. Mahal means a group of villages. The village headmen used to collect the rent of the land. The rent was not fixed, revised time to time. According to the area of land, revenue used to be fixed. The revenue rates were very high and the peasants suffered very miserably. Royalty system: this was an agreement between the government and the farmer. The farmer would be the owner of the land till he could pay the tax. If failed to pay the tax, his land would be confiscated. This royalty system was introduced in Madras and Bombay. Permanent settlement: in 1793, Lord Cornwallis introduced the system of permanent settlement. Under this system, the Zamindar was the owner of the land. Every year, he had to pay a fixed amount of revenue to the government. If he was able to collect more revenue, he could keep the extra revenue for himself. If he failed to collect the tax, his land would be given to another Zamindar. It was introduced in Bengal and Bihar by Lord Cornwallis. Merits and demerits of the permanent settlement. Merits: the policy ensured that the East India Company was assured of a fixed sum of money without having any tax collecting problem from each peasant. They came up loyal landlords as they were known as Jamindars. The system brought prosperity of Bengal, helped the rise of art, literature, and education. Demerits: the Jamindars became powerful and farmers suffered as exploited and forced by the Jamindars. Some Jamindars led luxurious life and improvement of land gradually stopped.